2 terms. We're going to celebrate this historic day, I predict, this historic day in the medical field for generations to come. The heroic negotiators that I do feel compelled to mention, and Secretary Kennedy kindly also mentioned their names. Some of them can't be in here because they're busy negotiating future deals. Inma Hernandez-Delso, John Brooks, who's a deputy administrator of mine, Theo Merkel, who is in the back and tall and hard to miss with DPC, and Corey Enslin with the same group, did a spectacular job, and Don Dempsey at OMB. Just wonderful human beings, worked tirelessly to get this done. We were able to secure this first MFN deal, and the president touched on this, but we have much more to come. You'll be hearing breaking news from the president for the rest of the fall. And Mr. President, these brilliant minds are here because of you. Now, I don't want to just pay homage to this. I want to actually speak this a little bit. The passion to protect the American people brings top-tier Americans into the government. We've created a powerful administration with the president's leadership, an administration of winners. People who get things done. They see the generational opportunity to fix the biggest problems our nation faces. And the person who led this negotiation, Chris Klump, embodies this seal. Now, Chris Klump came to visit Secretary Kennedy and I the very first day we were looking for staff to try to bring in the government. And neither of us really had an idea of how challenging this might be. And he came to the interview, and we knew that he had built a business that was worth several $100 million. And the secretary, very poker-faced as he tends to be, looked at him and said, "Are you willing to give it all up and move your family to Washington?" A young family, 4 young children, beautiful wife. "Are you willing to come across the country and serve our nation, serve this president to ensure vital programs like Medicare, which he runs, will keep our seniors healthy for years to come?" He gave it all up, like so many have in this administration, passionate to follow the president's lead and serve under Secretary Kennedy. And for those of you at home who are watching, and I hope there are quite a few, I think this shows just how cool a place it is to work, is in this government. And I take great pride in handing the ball to Chris. Chris, tell the American people what they have won, thanks to your passionate ability to deliver on President Trump's promise.
Thanks very much. Thank you, Mr. President. You have enabled something that as recently as last night, nearly everyone has said was impossible.
That's it. Select category. All news. Ah, we got something new.
President Trump deploys federal resources to crush violent radical left terrorism in Portland. The White House, September 30th, 2025. The radical left's reign of terror in Portland ends now, with President Donald J. Trump mobilizing federal resources to stop Antifa-led hellfire in its tracks. While Democrat politicians deny reality, it's obvious what's happening in Portland isn't protest. It's premeditated anarchy that has scarred the city for years, leaving officers battered, citizens terrorized, and property defaced. Since early June, Antifa militants have laid siege to the IC field office in South Portland. These lunatics have violently breached the facility by using a stop sign as a battering ram, hurled explosives and other projectiles, burned an American flag, repeatedly assaulted, attacked and injured officers with pepper spray, rocks, bricks, and trash, doxed officers, berated neighbors, and even rolled out a guillotine. As part of the ongoing siege, dozens have been arrested and charged with disgraceful crimes such as arson, assaulting federal officers, and resisting arrest for their part in the mayhem. It's just the latest chapter of violence in Portland at the hands of Antifa and the radical left. In May 2024, an Antifa anarchist movement took credit for burning more than a dozen Portland Police Bureau training vehicles. In May 2022, Antifa members deployed smoke grenades, paint-filled balloons, and fireworks to break up a campaign event for a Republican political candidate. In August 2021, Antifa terrorists violently attacked right-wing demonstrators with explosives and chemical spray. In January 2021, more than 100 Antifa demonstrators attacked Portland police and vandalized property, with some armed with knives and long poles. In October 2020,
Antifa terrorists sparked a riot
At an Indigenous Peoples Day of Rage event, toppling statues.
Statues of Abraham Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt and
Vandalizing multiple buildings. In August 2020, a self-described Antifa militant shot and killed a Patriot Prayer supporter during a riot in Portland. In 2020, Portland Antifa terrorists led 100 days of carnage and violence in Portland, in which they rioted, looted, burned buildings, bludgeoned federal officers, deployed power tools and commercial-grade fireworks as weapons, and attempted to destroy a local courthouse. In November 2019, an Antifa terrorist was sentenced to 6 years in prison after using a weapon against a conservative demonstrator who suffered blows to the head that the victim claims left him with a concussion and cuts that required 25 staples to close. In June 2019, Portland Antifa terrorists were arrested after assaulting right-wing demonstrators and police with quick-drying cement and bear spray. In August 2018, a Bernie Sanders voter was beaten by Antifa militants for carrying an American flag. In 2017, Antifa terrorists attacked and injured law enforcement and attendees of a pro-Trump free speech rally. In 2017, Antifa threatened organizers of the annual Avenue of Roses parade for including a Republican-themed float, prompting organizers to cancel the event altogether. In 2016, Antifa-led rioting caused more than $1 million in damage in Portland after President Trump's election. News. Wire. Issues. Contact. Visit. EOP. Administration.
Get this. Hey guys. I'm pretending to be the AI today. Oh, what's going on with the Reading Rainbow? Oh, where does it go like this? Okay.
Reading Rainbow is back for a reread.
Wow.
Butterfly in the Sky, Reading Rainbow's return is nigh. Take a look, it's back to books, the Reading Rainbow. The beloved PBS series is back to save literacy. After nearly 20 years. Reading Rainbow is returning to motivate, help, and encourage kids to become avid readers with new episodes, new friends, new projects, and of course, new books, the show's description states. Reading Rainbow is back starting October 4th, and new episodes will release on YouTube each Saturday through October 25th, per The Hollywood Reporter. The original series, hosted by LeVar Burton, aired from 1983 through 2006, teaching kids across America to love books. Content creator Michael Threets, also known as Michael the Librarian, will carry on the legacy as the new host. The Bears' Eben Moss-Backrack, 14-year-old author Belen Woodard, as well as Dancing with the Stars' Riley Arnold and Ezra Sosa guest star alongside book narrators John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, Pitch Perfect star Adam Devine, and actress Gabrielle Union. Rather than being broadcast on cable, Reading Rainbow will stream on YouTube via Sony's Kidzooka, produced by Buffalo Toronto Public Media. The PBS classic gets a new life shortly after the Trump administration cut $1.1 billion in federal funding for public broadcasters, leading to cuts at local stations including BTPM. A new generation of public media defenders is about to rise up.
No, what the fuck? My bad, guys.
CoreWeave stock climbs 13% after company lands $14 billion deal with Meta. Shares of CoreWeave popped more than 13% on Tuesday after the company announced it has agreed to provide Meta with $14.2 billion of artificial intelligence cloud infrastructure. CoreWeave has been on a deal-making blitz as big tech companies and AI startups race to build out their computing infrastructure. Tuesday's announcement comes just days after CoreWeave expanded its agreement with OpenAI by $6.5 billion, bringing the total contract to $22.4 billion.
The agreement underscores that behind every AI breakthrough are the partnerships that make it possible, a CoreWeave spokesperson said in a statement about the Meta deal on Tuesday. Meta did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment. Bloomberg was first to report the deal. CoreWeave primarily generates revenue by building and renting out data centers that are full of NVIDIA's graphics processing units, which are key for training models and running large AI workloads. The company, which some investors have classified as a neo-cloud, has become a crucial player in an increasingly interconnected web of AI infrastructure partners. Meta has the option to materially expand its commitment for additional computing capacity through 2032, according to a filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Tuesday. The social media company has been pouring tens of billions of dollars into AI in recent months in an effort to build out its AI infrastructure and bring in top talent. Meta said during its second quarter earnings call in July that it expects its total expenses for 2025 to fall between $114 billion and $118 billion, and the company expects its AI initiatives will result in a 2026 year-over-year expense growth rate that is above the 2025 expense growth. In July, Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg said Meta is on track to bring its first supercluster online next year, and it is building several others. A supercluster is a large, complex computing network that's housed within a data center. One of those facilities, which Meta has named Hyperion, is expected to be large enough to cover a significant part of the footprint of Manhattan, Zuckerberg said. Meta Superintelligence Labs will have industry-leading levels of compute and by far the greatest compute per researcher, Zuckerberg wrote in a Facebook post. Watch, CoreWeave
CEO, building AI infrastructure will require trillions in public-private
investment.
Watch now.
Video 5
5805:58.
CoreWeave CEO. Building AI infrastructure will require trillions in public-private investment. Squawk on the street. Rockets' Kevin Durant fuels Russell Westbrook reunion with social post. On Monday, Kevin Durant celebrated his 37th birthday, commemorating the occasion with a post on Instagram containing 15 pictures. Of those 15 images, only 2 were basketball related. One showed Durant and his Houston Rockets teammates during Monday's media day. The other showed Durant and former teammate Russell Westbrook presenting Kobe Bryant with a gift before the Hall of Famer's final road game in Oklahoma City back in 2016. The photo caught the attention of fans, fueling theories that the Rockets may look to sign the former MVP in the wake of Fred VanVleet's injury. In response, @Yesekenshut wrote, "Bro, please make it happen." @Ngixenhue added, "Need them back together desperately." One Westbrook fan account shared a GIF of Vince Carter celebrating his jersey retirement in response to the photo. Loading Twitter content. Plenty of others like @NotTheSemi wondered whether an announcement was on the way soon. Read more. Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga receives unfortunate update as deadline. Jay Cutler reports to jail for DUI sentence. Jay Cutler reports to jail. Begins DUI sentence. Jay Cutler is back behind bars. TMZ Sports has learned he reported to a Tennessee jail on Monday to begin serving.
We just trying different pictures.
Serving his DUI sentence. Records we've obtained show the ex-NFL star was booked into Williamson County Jail at around 8 a.m. Pacific time, and the former quarterback is now expected to remain there until Friday. Cutler, of course, was ordered to spend 4 days in the slammer last month, after he pleaded guilty to 1 count of misdemeanor DUI. A judge also required Kristen Cavallari's ex-husband to pay a $350 fine and go on supervised probation for 1 year. Cutler additionally was ordered to attend a DUI safety class, and his Tennessee license.
license was revoked for 1 year. It all, as you know, stems from October 17, 2024, when the 42-year-old was accused of exhibiting signs of being intoxicated following a traffic accident in Franklin. Authorities alleged Cutler rear-ended a car, and when officers showed up to investigate the scene, he reeked of booze, had bloodshot eyes, and was slurring his words. Cutler, who was arrested over the incident, was later sued by a man who claimed Cutler was at fault for the accident. In the lawsuit, the plaintiff, Perry Lee, stated he sustained injuries in the collision and is in daily pain. Neither Jay nor his attorney have publicly commented on the case.
Damn. Damn. Jay Cutler, Pfizer stock.
White House to announce TrumpRx drug buying website deal with Pfizer.
President Trump is expected to unveil the measures Tuesday. Tuesday, Pfizer CEO expected to attend.
Attends. Pfizer
Headquarters in New York. Photo. And
Angela White.
Y/AFP.
AFP, Getty Images. Washington, the White House is planning to unveil a direct-to-consumer website for Americans to buy drugs, dubbed TrumpRx, while also announcing that Pfizer plans to lower prices on several of its medications in the U.S., according to people familiar with the matter. TrumpRx would allow people to pay cash for certain drugs directly from a government website, at a discounted price negotiated by the government. It's unclear how many drugs would be offered, or whether the website would be useful for the majority of Americans who are already covered by private insurance, Medicare or Medicaid. Watch, Trump, Pfizer announce agreement to lower Medicaid drug prices. President Donald Trump on Tuesday announced an agreement with Pfizer to voluntarily sell its medications for less, as his administration pushes to link U.S. drug prices to cheaper ones abroad. Pfizer has agreed to take measures to reduce U.S. drug prices, including selling its existing drugs to Medicaid patients at the lowest price offered in other developed nations, or what Trump calls the most favored nation price, according to the president. Pfizer will also guarantee the same, most favored nation, pricing on its new drugs for Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial payers. Pfizer has agreed to provide some of the most popular current medications to our consumers at heavily discounted prices anywhere. Prices anywhere between 50% and even 100%, Trump said, adding that those drugs will be available for direct purchase online. Trump said he's working with other drug makers to secure similar agreements. The deal comes as Pfizer and 16 other drug makers face Trump's Monday deadline to take steps to lower drug prices, as outlined in letters from the president. Pfizer will also invest $70 billion to reshore domestic drug manufacturing facilities, Trump said. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla was in attendance. In a statement Tuesday, Pfizer confirmed it had reached a drug pricing deal with Trump. The agreement also involves a 3-year reprieve on planned pharmaceutical tariffs as long as the company is building manufacturing plants in the U.S., a source told CNBC's Angelica Peebles.
Okay. Chuck. Who the fuck is Chuck?
Public Enemy's Chuck D says his portrait show in Grand Center shows the power of art. Before Public Enemy took the stage in front of tens of thousands of fans at the Evolution Festival on Saturday, its co-founder Chuck D spoke to a group of about 50 people crowded into Legends Gallery. The hip-hop innovators mixed media show, Roll Call, Most of My Heroes Don't Appear on No Stamps, is on view at the Grand Center Gallery through November 12th. The show collects portraits of musicians the artist admires, including Harry Belafonte, Nina Simone, and Woody Guthrie. Words can start wars and stop them, and images can do the same thing, Chuck D said in an interview before entering the gallery for a Q&A session with attendees. What's actually becoming a lost skill and attribute is listening. People are listening less, he added, but their eyes are open and they're looking at images. Art stands a chance when people are looking at it. Chuck D studied graphic design at Adelphi University before he and Flavor Flav founded Public Enemy, the hip-hop group that foregrounded politics in its lyrics, helping move the genre into a new era. The MC began making drawings and paintings in his hotel rooms while on tour and has collected 250 paintings, drawings, and sketches into his book, Live and Loud. Lori Bula and Adrian Miller curated Roll Call. Most of my heroes don't appear on no stamps. The show will move on to other cities, Miller said. I want St. Louis to embrace what we've already known and love, and get different sectors of it, Miller said of Chuck D's artistic output. That's the hope and dream, that the hip-hop music we've grown through and had a chance to hear on the radio, and that's brought us all together as a collective. I want to see that it continues on. This is another tentacle in it. The term hip-hop can refer to music, art, dance, fashion, or more. When working as a visual artist, Chuck D said, he's just expressing another form of hip-hop. It's never just been an oral presentation, like, yeah, you got music poppin', that's hip-hop. No. Hip-hop has been an embodiment, a surrounding, and that's been its strong point. You want people to have a full, detailed understanding of its power, he said. Chuck D said he hopes his show will impact St. Louis viewers by letting them know that they have a place in the fine art world. The impact you want people to have is that they could do it, too. You could take an artist and put them in a blank corner, and they're going to come out of that corner with something. You don't want them to think that they're crazy different and at a disadvantage. You want them to think that you've got your art. Your art will take care of you. It'll give you an ultimate answer, Chuck D said. Send questions and comments about this story to feedback@stillpublicradio.org. Got a news tip? Send it to Jeremy D. Goodwin. Support local. 89-year-old Skyrim grandma Shirley Curry announces the Elder Scrolls video retirement. I'm tired, I'm not having any fun with it anymore. Shirley Curry, known to fans as Skyrim Grandma, has announced her retirement from uploading the Elder Scrolls videos ahead of her upcoming 90th birthday. In a YouTube video published today entitled, My Goodbye to Skyrim, Curry said that her time trying to find more The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim content for her followers was finally over, after a decade of uploads. This has come to this because I'll soon be 90 years old, Curry explained. Every time I come up with a new idea for how to play a story in Skyrim, I may make 1 or 2 or 3 with a new character and then I'm bored again. So that's why I'm going to stop uploading anything to do with Skyrim. I'm tired, I'm not having any fun with it anymore, probably because of all the little kids on there, Curry continued, saying that she was no longer getting any feedback from her viewers in the same way that she used to. All I get is, hi Grandma, I love you Grandma, that isn't what I'm spending my time making and uploading videos for. Curry has announced her retirement before, only to eventually return, such as earlier this year, when she began playing The Elder Scrolls IV, Oblivion Remastered, but this time The Elder Scrolls Legend suggested she really was now done. In her video today, Curry repeatedly told anyone still wanting Skyrim content from her to download the fan-made mod which adds her as an in-game follower. It's available from Nexus Mods. Alternatively, Curry said she had a Bible study YouTube channel she would continue to post videos to, and encouraged any fans who were interested to follow her there. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, Official Anniversary Edition and Upgrade Overview Video Breakdown. Curry made no mention of waiting for her planned appearance in The Elder Scrolls VI, whenever that finally arrives. Bethesda has previously said it will add Curry to its upcoming project in some capacity, though there's no sign.
Alright, chat. We'll be back on here tonight. I'll holler at y'all.